Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Ayash in Germany. Today I'm going to speak about an important topic. This topic is about the health insurance in Germany. So the question is private or public health insurance in Germany, and what is the best for students or employees? So let's start from the beginning, and I have to introduce and tell you that here in Germany there are two types of health insurance. The first one, as I said, is public, and the second is private. Okay, let's start with the first category, which are the students. So if you are a student and you are coming to Germany here and you are 30 years old or older than 30 years old, so are 30 years old or more, in that case I would recommend you to go for private health insurance, because most probably also you'll not be able to go to public directly because your age is over 30. But in any case, even if you are allowed, I would recommend you to go for private, because usually here in Germany for students, the health insurance companies have to give an affordable rate, which is a reduced rate for students, but this is only until they are 30 years old. So when you are over 30 years old, you have to pay for a higher rate, and that's why the private health insurance here in case of students will be very helpful, because they can offer also a reduced rate for students who are over 30 years old. To give you an example, for example, if you are a student and are less than 30 years old, you can pay here in public health insurance about 100 euros. When you are over 30, then this will increase for around maybe 200 euros or something like that. So when you are over 30 and you come here and you go for private health insurance, there are some packages where you can pay even around 80 euros to get all benefits. So this is very important. There are also packages for private health insurance which may cost 30 euros, but it will not cover everything. So I would recommend you to get the one that can include everything, which is around 80 euros. Okay, but you have to take in consideration something here, that there's a difference between the private and public health insurance when it comes how to pay. So in the public health insurance, usually you don't pay anything in your hands. You go with your card, you give it to the doctor, and they take the money directly from the health insurance company. But in the private health insurance, you have to pay in advance, which means you go for the doctor, you pay, then you have like an invoice or whatever, and you take this invoice and you give it to the health insurance company, and the health insurance company will give you your money back. So this is the main difference. Only if you are in a big trouble, or for example you want for a hospital and it's a very expensive amount of money, then probably depend also on the insurance company, they can pay directly to the hospital. I mean when I was speaking about the private health insurance. So yeah, then if you are a student and you are less than 30 years old, then the public health insurance is very okay. You pay around 100 euros and it's completely fine. It's not expensive. The problem comes when you are over 30. So something also I have to tell you about, you have to take it in consideration. And usually if you are on public health insurance and then you decided to leave it and go for private, it is very difficult for you to go back again to the public. So put it in your consideration. If you change from public to private, it's very difficult to go back to public. Okay, now if you are an employee or are you working here in Germany, the idea is completely different, or the picture here is completely different, because either you are working as a part-time or as a full-time, you don't need to pay anything, because usually your pay slips will be already subtracted. For example, you have a pay slips, you get a salary, it's already subtracted the taxes and the social insurance and everything, and also the health insurance is already subtracted. So the money you take is already done, you already paid for your health insurance from your pay slip. So this is very good, and usually it is the public one. When you are working, you have possibility to go for private only if you have a minimum salary, which means you have to have a minimum salary of for X, for example, so you can choose to go for private. If you don't have this minimum salary, you are not allowed to go for private. You have to go with public. So once you have this minimum salary, then you have the choice to go for public or private. If you don't have this minimum salary, you have to stay with the public. So But actually, what is the difference? Actually, there's no difference. Both of them are in this, for the same hospital, for the same doctors. Everything is the same. The quality of medical attention is exactly the same. There's no big difference, to be honest. But I can also tell you about the advantage and the disadvantage of both of them. For example, the advantage of the public one that actually it covers mostly everything, maybe only the dentist. Even for the dentist, it covers also the dentist cost. For example, if you have tooth caries or dental caries or whatever, everything that cause pain is already covered. But for example, if you would like to make an implant, if you would like to put a crown, then at this time the public health insurance only pay for part and you have to pay for the rest. Good. The advantage also of the private is it's a little bit fast when you would like to take appointments, for example, at specialists. Usually the GP or the general practitioner or the family doctor, it's very easy to get the appointment. But if you'd like to go for a specialist, like for you have a problem, you would like a dermatologist, you would like a cardiologist or whatever, usually sometimes with the private health insurance, it's faster to get the termine than the public. So this is one of the advantages of the private. And also depend on your package. Also in the private, maybe also most of the dental stuff will be covered, even crowns and implants. It depends on your package, of course, because private there are several packages and you have to choose which one you would like to take. Also, one of the advantages of the public health insurance is when you are, for example, you are married and you have children. Your children will be covered with your health insurance without any extra expenses until, of course, they reach certain age where they have to pay this reduced rate. But before that, they are already covered. And if, for example, you are married and one of the partners are not working, she is also included. If both are working, of course, both pay and subtracted from their salaries. But if one is not working, then he or she will be included without any extra expenses in the other one who is working. So this is very also a big advantage in case of public health insurance. Okay, how to apply? Simply, if you are a student and you're coming here, if you are below 30 years old, that's it. Usually in the university, there are several companies who offer public health insurance. So usually the university will recommend one. You can take it, you can take another one. It's not a big deal. Most of them have similar. They are mostly all similar because they are all offering public health insurance, which is very comparable. If you are over 30, I would like to go for the private health insurance, which has the package for the students. There are also many companies, but I would recommend to go for the one offered by Studentenwerk, which is a student union. The student union are called the Studentenwerk. They do some agreement with certain private health insurance for the students over 30 to give you good salaries. I tried this one, but there are others also, and all of them I said is around 80 euros for the full package, or maybe 30 euros if you would like to cover everything. When you are employed, you don't need to worry about anything. As I said, it will be already deducted from your salary, and probably the company you are working for will recommend one of the health insurance companies, or if you have one already, you just tell them and that's it. It will be subtracted. So it's not a big deal. So yeah, I hope I told everything about the differences between the private and the public, and I hope I covered everything, and hope you have a picture now on which is better when you are a student, which is better if you are working. And I hope you liked my video, and hope to see you next time on my channel, Ayash in Germany. Bye bye.